and welcome to Success Shorts from the True Success Academy. Today, we're going to talk about how to clearly connect with others and explain what it is that you do in an engaging way. Now, this is an issue that has caused many businesses many problems. It's something that you may be guilty of now and something that leads to missed opportunities. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons that businesses fail. But don't worry, I'm here to help. Now, I've experienced this issue firsthand. I used to struggle to explain the purpose of my business to others, and it cost me countless deals and years of frustration. In fact, looking back, I can honestly attribute several of my business failures to this issue. I can distinctly remember that with one of my businesses in particular, I often told people when asked what it was that I did, I would say, well, it's complicated. And I love what Donald Miller said in his book, Marketing Made Simple, which was very helpful to me. He said, confusion kills all deals. And I've definitely taken that to heart since. And if you think it's not important enough to give this your full focus, you may want to think again. And that's because a study by CB Insights found that the number one reason startups list as a reason for their failure is a lack of market need. Here's the thing though, that can easily be related to not having a clear message that resonates with customers. Another study by McKinsey and Company found that effective communication was the single most important factor in startup success. The evidence is clear. Again, confusion kills all deals. So whether you're trying to make more money, find partners, get sales or investors, or simply to get your team to engage at the next level and be on the same page. In today's fast-paced, information-rich world, it is more important than ever to be able to clearly communicate your message succinctly and to stand out. But the good news is there's science to the rescue. With this simple approach, which is, again, based in science, you can communicate clearly and easily. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. So what is the trick? Well, it's all about starting out by focusing first on the problem that you're solving, then why that problem is important to you, then why it should matter to your audience, and lastly, what it is that you do. Now, here's the thing. Most people, and if you think about it, you've probably been guilty of this, 95% of people, in fact, do that in reverse. And that's where the problem occurs. So when someone asks us what it is that we do, we should not be coming out of the gate right away and leading with the actual thing we do. So let me clear this up by breaking it down into steps. So step one is all about explaining the problem that we're solving. And this is the foundation of the message. And it's really about what is the issue or the challenge that our business addresses. And again, remembering that most people do this in reverse, right? So most people will lead out the gate with what it is they do. But really, we want to start with that problem because we want to engage people first. And I'll give you an example of how I used to explain what my work is and how I explain it now. So when someone might ask me at a party, what is it you do? I might say, well, I'm a business and leadership consultant. And now what I say is, it has never been more challenging for leaders to be successful. Entrepreneurs are 50% more likely to face serious health problems, including depression and anxiety and heart problems. Okay, so see what I did there? I started with that. And if you're in that audience, you're already going to be connecting with that. That even might sparkle, oh, really? I need to pay attention to this. Now that leads us into step two. So step two is explaining why the problem is important to you. And this is where you bring in your personal story and passion. So why did you start this business or what drives you to solve this problem? So I might say, as an example, after the first part, almost 15 years ago, I woke up in Cedars-Sinai Hospital with tubes coming out of my throat. And it would take me days to realize that what had happened was that I had had a drug overdose. And unfortunately, it didn't stop there. It took me several more years to figure out that the true cause of my issues was that I was feeling unfulfilled and unhappy in my work as an entrepreneur. Okay, so see there, now I've hooked them and I've brought them in to the story. That takes us into the next step. The next step is we're going to want to explain why people or society at large should care about the problem. And this is where you make the case for the broader impact of your business. This is where you answer, how does your solution benefit others? So I might say something like this. We need our leaders to be strong now more than ever. Society is facing incredible challenges. Okay. In that, see how I've engaged with a larger audience. And I've made it clear that this is a broader issue and that society should care about this. Now, the fourth step. This is where we actually explain what it is that we do. This is where we bring it all together and clearly articulate our value proposition. So for me, that's where I would go in and say, through my coaching, training, mentorship, and online classes, I help leaders become the best that they can be and overcome any challenge. Okay. So you can see the difference there. But following these steps can help you communicate with clarity and conviction. But don't take my word for it. There's a lot of research to support this approach. According to a study conducted by the Society for Personality and Social Psychology, presenting a problem first can significantly increase audience engagement and retention. It's a simple but powerful way to connect with your audience and to get buy-in. So by following this simple yet scientifically proven effective approach to clear communication, you can greatly increase your chance for success. Again, I urge you to take this seriously. I've seen so many people struggle with this, and I've not only experienced the failure of my own businesses as a result of not knowing this incredibly simple tactic, but I've also seen businesses and leaders rocket forward after making this simple change. Now, if you'd like to learn more about this topic, I highly recommend that you read the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek, or at the very least, watch his TED Talk on YouTube called How Great Leaders Inspire Action, where he goes over something that he calls the golden circle, which is basically a representation of this system. So if you'd like more help with this incredibly important topic, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. And if you're watching this on the True Success app, I urge you to go into the journal section and complete the exercise that I've created there for you. Feel free to also go ahead and share the results of your journal exercise with me afterwards. As always, thanks for joining us at the True Success Academy, and I look forward to seeing you next time.